Hi. So today's topic is about intuition, and I'm feeling this nudge to talk about how to trust ourselves in the midst of all that's going on right now. We're getting a lot of different messages depending on who you hang out with, what you spend your time doing, where you work, where you live, what your past experience has been, what your true gifts are. And sometimes, especially with this human mind who really wants to figure everything out, we want to know what the heck is going on and make sense of it all. It can be very exhausting, depleting, frustrating, confusing when we don't know who to trust, how to trust, how to look within, how to access our inner compass, how to connect with our guides and feel grounded here on earth with all this stuff swirling and spinning around us. How do we find peace in the midst of the storm? How do we stay grounded and not get sucked into the tornado and the chaos that's happening all around? How do we trust? How do we relearn and remember how to really trust ourselves? And how to find the courage to follow where that inner knowing, that inner compass, that intuition source is guiding us. Because if it doesn't make sense, if it doesn't seem linear, if it doesn't seem logical, if we don't have proof of the outcome, our mind can get really restless and our ego wants to kick and scream and will do anything possible to keep us safe, but also to make us stay comfortable. And generally, when we are being guided to listen to our intuition, sometimes it leads us into uncomfortable territory because it's really guiding us down a new path. It's guiding us into the unknown. And that can be quite scary when we're trying to figure it out and we're trying to see what the outcome is going to be before we take the first step. And what I have found is the more that we follow I'm getting a call, the more that we follow our intuition, little breadcrumbs, if you will, it leads us to the next step and the next step and the next step. And we don't have to fully know where it's going, but we can sense and we can feel where it's guiding us and have some trust on the path. Feel more calm. It's a way to really allow the heart to lead the way and tell the mind that, we're going to be okay when we take this one step at a time. And the mind's like, okay, I remember that you did this before. And it actually, the outcome wasn't that bad. In fact, actually, it was better than what I thought. Let's try it again. And let's try it again. And let's try it again. And I think we're really being called right now with so much going on, whether it's in your own life and you're starting to look at your work differently. Maybe the relationships in your life that once worked aren't working anymore. Maybe the people you resonated with, even the place that you live or the clothes that you wear or what shows you watch or anything at all. Interests are changing because you're changing and you're upgrading and you're evolving. And when that happens, it's absolutely a beautiful thing. It's where you're being guided to go, but it can feel a little disorienting. It can feel a little scary. It can feel like, oh my gosh, am I on the right path? And that's where our inner compass and our inner intuition and guide really comes in handy, knowing how to access it. So I like to think of our intuition as our teacher. I think of it as an inner guide. And for any of you who do work with guardian angels or your spirit guides, you can think of it that way too, or even your higher self, that you're being guided by an inner guide or by an ethereal guide or by a cosmic guide. Something is channeling to you. Something is giving you information. So have you ever thought about that? Like, where do your intuitive hits even come from? Where do your bits of inspiration when you're using your imagination, when you're visioning for the future that you want, where does that come from? So I like to think of it as our intuition. That's kind of what I call it. Our inner guide, our inner knowing, our inner teacher. And with such a crazy, busy world, we tend to keep in the loop of busy, and we miss those signs, we miss the cues, because our intuitive guide communicates with us through symbols, through signs, through synchronicities. And there's also a way that we can use our senses to communicate with our intuitive guide. So one of the ways, the best ways that I know to connect with your intuition and to learn how to trust it is to get quiet. And I don't mean that you have to sit in a long meditation in silence, but finding stillness, to unplug from the noise of life, I find to be very important part of your intuitive practice. And so look at your daily life. Are you someone who needs a lot of routine? And do you have a morning or an evening or in the afternoon ritual, routine where you tune in, where you get quiet, where you enjoy a moment of stillness? Now, for all of us, the way we experience stillness will look different. And for me, stillness means putting down distractions, being in the present moment. It might simply be sitting down with my hot cup of tea and just looking out the window and breathing. That might be my moment of stillness. But I'm not rushing. I'm not watching TV. I'm not listening to anything. I'm not reading. I'm not putting information in. I'm processing. I'm sitting. I'm being still. And that might work for you. Maybe it's just 5 minutes of morning time just watching the birds. For some of us, it might be journaling, where you get quiet and you tune in, and then whatever comes out from the inside through your pen. Now, for a while, you might be sharing things that are in your mind. You might be having to do kind of a brain dump, something that spills onto paper, like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. This is such a waste of time. I have to get to work, but I'm going to try it. So here I am, and I don't know what to say. And then maybe something will start to come out. And if you keep your pen moving on the paper and you do this with consistency, you will start to more easily spill onto paper. And that is a way to let your intuitive guide speak to you. You can call it journaling. You can call it automatic writing. There's lots of labels for it, but really it's just allowing what's inside to come out, to be heard. And for some of you who are visual, you might need that, like to see it, because when you have it written on paper and then you get lost and you're feeling really irritated by your day, you can come back to your journal and read what you wrote 3 days before and go, okay, that's all I needed to get regrounded again and to remember what my intuitive guide was telling me, right? So that might be your moment of being still. For some of us, it's meditation. Maybe it's listening to a guided meditation for a while to, help the mind stay focused. Maybe it's simply sitting in stillness and nothing more than just closing down your eyes and connecting with your breath. I think breathing and our breath work is one of the most beautiful ways to connect to your intuitive guide, because there is nothing more present than your own breath. When we pause, right now, let's do it. When we pause, and breathe in the moment. Here I am. Here I am. I'm right here. All I have to do now is take an inhale. And there's nothing more I have to do in this moment except exhale. A way to tune in, a way to connect with your breath in this moment. And then you can inquire, you can ask yourself some questions. You can ask your guides those questions. moments of being still, breath work, guided or quiet meditation, simply sitting in silence and letting your mind wander, journaling, doodling, drawing. For some of us, our moment of stillness might be more active. It might be a walking movement type of meditation. I love thinking of my morning walks as my morning prayer. It's a walking prayer is what it is. It's a way for me to tune into my intuitive guides, to be in the present moment, to immerse myself in nature and simply be in the moment, not trying to figure out my life, not trying to plot and plan ahead, but just being present, being still, even if I'm moving. Finding peace in the midst of movement is a great way for some of us, especially if you have a lot of physical energy you need to burn, because there are people who just need to move. There are walking meditations, right? So then we have to learn how to use our meditation. So we'll start to tune in. We'll start to breathe and connect and notice and hear. And that's another thing I want to mention. As I was saying with the journaling, sometimes some of us need to see written proof coming from our intuitive guide. Some of us are more visual people where you can see images. You might get these flickers of pictures or memories or see things that help guide you. And that's a certain kind of intuition. There are some of you who are more auditory, who can hear things. Maybe it's lyrics in a song or actual music that comes out. Maybe it's a word or phrase that you hear. That might be your way of accessing your intuition more through your hearing. Some of you, there's even people who can use their sense of smell or taste for intuition. And then there's also this just full body feeling. It's like some of you have gut wisdom. Some of you more light up with excitement or enthusiasm throughout your whole body. You definitely know when your intuition is speaking, when something's like no. You can feel that. A lot of you might feel it in your sacral, under your belly button, where it's just I got a tummy ache. This does not feel good. Some of you might feel it in your shoulders or your head. Getting in tune with your senses and your feeling, and especially the senses that allow you to tune in with things that are unseen. A feeling, a chill, a knowing, a yes, a no. Those are ways to communicate and connect with your intuition. Asking yourself questions and seeing how your body and your senses respond is a way to connect with your intuition. Now that you've connected, it's practicing using it. So I like to encourage people to do it with simple things throughout the day. Ask yourself, do I want coffee this morning or do I want tea? And then go with your intuition. If you get a hit one moment, just out of the blue, a song just starts to play in your head. Interesting. Isn't that interesting that I'm writing this and then this song just came up? I wonder what this means. Being reflective, contemplative, noticing, observing without judgment, just allowing your intuition to speak, and then go, I guess maybe I should go look up the lyrics of that song. Or, wow, you just thought of somebody keeps popping in your head. Maybe I need to give them a call. Practice answering the call of those signs, synchronicities, feelings, the yeses that are from your intuitive guide. And the more you do that, you're signaling to the universe, hey, I'm listening. Do you see me? I'm listening to you. I'm noticing your guidance, and thank you. So that when the more larger questions of life, the ones where you're this feels, I don't know what to do about this job. Is it time to leave? I don't know what to do with this relationship. I don't know what to do. Should I move? Is it time for these bigger life questions? You'll have a practice in place and you'll know what those intuitive hits feel like. You'll know what the yeses are. You'll know what the nos are. You'll know what the not sure, not we need more informations are, right? And then the more you start to really follow those breadcrumbs, the universe is like, okay, she's paying attention now. We've got her attention. So that when something doesn't feel right, ooh, you know it. You know it and you've got to listen. And then you build courage and you build trust in yourself, trust in this moment, trust in your team, trust that the moment you're in right now is right where you need to be so you can listen to the signs, the synchronicities, the intuitive hits to take the next mindful step forward. I call it mindful action because we can be intuitive all day long, but if we don't take action intuitively, then we're stuck, right? So we need both. We need our heads and our hearts, right? We need logic and we need intuition. We need both. We want to blend those two together, but I really do like to lean in on the body, the intuitive hits, the heart. Let that lead the way, and then let our logic and let our mind co-create with what's we're being guided to do next, where we're going. Otherwise, what you do is you stay stuck in this, trying to figure it out. And unfortunately, intuitive hits and being guided by source and moving forward to the uncomfortable places that you're guided to go, we don't know what the outcome is. We don't it's not logical. It's not linear. Intuition is a gift that's guiding us. But if we knew what the outcome was going to be, how boring life would be, right? Like, yes, I would love to know if I do this, am I going to be successful? Is this the right path for me? But as you connect with your intuition more and more, you will already know that. Everything in your body, energy field, vibe is going to say, yes, trust yourself. This is where you need to go. And you won't know the outcome, but you'll at least trust that you're on the right path to get to the next place that you need to be because you're being guided and you're listening and you're trusting. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to share today. And right before I got on this call, as I wanted to talk about intuition, this is I don't know if that's backwards or not. It looks backwards to me, but this is one of my favorite crystal card decks, and I will leave a link for this in the notes. And so I pulled a card for you. And isn't that beautiful? Look at that green color. This is called, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but Prenite. And it's all about trust. See that? Look how beautiful. Trust. Oh my gosh. So green really signifies the heart center. It's about your inner knowing. It's about being held. I love, I'll think about all the green. I have a lot of trees in my yard. I think about how nature holds us, how nature teaches us about unconditional love. And that is the color green. It's coming from our heart. So get some green in your life. Get some green. I was wearing green today because I felt like I needed green. So this is the card I pulled for you all. You could use crystals. You could put a green crystal in your pocket. You could get a necklace that has a green stone. You can wear green. You can eat more green. You can surround yourself with green. You can get yourself in nature. If you're really feeling a little confused or just want to reconnect to your inner knowing, I'd even encourage you to journal, meditate, breathe, sit and wonder and dream in a place that's green, in nature specifically. Surround yourself with green if possible. So what I wanted to just read to you is from this book, what Prenite crystal, the meanings of it. It says, deep connection with the heart of Mother Earth. It heals the deep inner realms of the heart. It supports in the rebuilding of trust in a relationship. It encourages you to believe in yourself and in your dreams, and it activates the wisdom of the heart and mind. I love it. If we have past experiences, past lives, past baggage, which we all have, we've all experienced the ups and downs of life. There have been times where maybe we thought we were using our intuition and it didn't turn out the way we had expected. And so maybe we've closed down our heart a little. And so I love this color for us right now and communing and connecting with Mother Earth, because our heart wants to open again. When we learn how to receive and give from a place of unconditional love, especially towards ourselves and then towards others, we really are in a place of trust. When we aren't there, it can feel very scary. So use that as reflection. Do you feel like you can trust yourself? Have you closed down your heart a little bit? Are you nervous to go within because you're not sure what you're going to find? Or maybe you thought you followed your intuition and then got burned in some way. All of those past experiences have brought you to this moment, watching these words. There's something in you that is igniting again, that is inspiring you to learn to trust yourself again. We need to be trusting and knowing how to access our intuition moving into this new earth. We need that skill. And it takes practice. And it takes encouragement and takes support. So practice it with the little things. Surround yourself with green. If there are past hurts or past things that have closed down your heart, learn how to forgive. Learn how to release. Learn how to, first of all, give yourself forgiveness. Forgiveness. Give yourself some forgiveness. Give yourself forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Honor yourself wherever you've come from. I mean, how human of you to close down your heart because you were hurting. Yes. Are you ready to release that past hurt so that you can expand, so that you can trust yourself again, so that you can trust where life is taking you, so you can trust your intuitive guides, right? Sometimes we're not ready. But I think if you're watching this, you're ready. And I think this card and this color and the heart is guiding us right now. That is so beautiful. Let's all be on the lookout for some green. And if you find some green, whatever it is, that encourages you, reminds you how to trust yourself again, lean into it. You might see green everywhere now. It's speaking to us right now to learn how to trust ourselves again, to open our hearts. Mother Earth is supporting you. Mother Earth is holding you. Mother Earth knows that you're ready to ascend and to take better care of yourselves and the world around you. So see where your intuition guides you. And if you are seeing this, leave a comment. I want to know, what green did you find? What is your intuition guiding you to do next? What inner dream or inner whisper or inner calling do you feel enthusiastic about? Share with me in the comments, or you can email me or reach out to Instagram and send me a message. I want to hear from you. My intuition is saying that this resonates right now. And the more we learn to tune in, the more we learn to listen, the more we learn to trust. And the more we do that, the more we heal our past, we heal our future, and we're more open to the present moment, the gifts that our intuition, the gifts that self-love, self-compassion, forgiveness, and gratitude are bringing to our life in this moment. So I'm grateful for you. What are you grateful for right now? Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And if you want to subscribe to my show, do that now, and I will see you next time. Bye.